kind of come out his head. His skin gets blacker. His eyes turns yellow. His teeth get like real like vampire-ish and sharp. Mouth gets more obscure.
Oh man.
And Ghost Rider like, oh, who are you? And he says, we are Legion. And like the most.
Somebody look Legion because I'm trying to look at the hour service. I do. I don't have the Bible. I want you to see it.
Mine's got down.
Look at if you got it on your phone, just type in Legion. It'll show up.
Yeah, it'll come up.
It'll come up.
Mine's up.
Legion is in Luke, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to keep
it. Find it.
I want to keep going.
We can look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
I got another question.
Look it up. Yes.
I have another question. It's sort of bounced off her question.
I can't stop looking.
So if we're like supposed to love our neighbor and whatnot, right?
Yes.
We're not supposed to judge nobody, right? Why we like? I get it. It's wrong to be gay, but why it seem like Christians treat gay people so bad? They people too. Like this one dude at the hair salon colored my hair today. He did a fabulous job.
Fabulous.
Better than me, because I had my dress. He wouldn't be touching me.
Exactly what you're saying.
I'm not judging what you're saying. I had my dress. I prefer a girl, not a man.
This is the thing.
I have a problem.
No one should be treating anybody less because of what they're doing. Doesn't matter what they're doing. Because lying to God is like homosexuality to others. Cheating, stealing, cussing, lustful thoughts. It's all sin. God doesn't say, oh, homosexuality is here. Now he calls it an abomination. Now there are some say he says sins, and then he says abomination. So it does seem like there is. Let me say that it does seem like there is a distinction. It seems like there's a distinction that's incredibly offensive to him. But for real, at the end of the day, the Bible says all liars will be cast into the lakes of fire. All dogs, everybody outside the gate, whoremongers, all of them gonna be outside the gate. All of them. You hear what I'm saying? So I don't know why Christians treat people differently. They shouldn't. If they're not trying to witness, you need to pray and shut your mouth. That's my thing. You should be saying something. You have to say something. The only way people can be convicted for their sin, that's why God even sent the law, is because he wants somebody to hear. Maybe people are not churched like we think. And even the church ones who are homosexuals, there has to be a revelation of God in their life as well. But that gives nobody any license to say, oh, look at you going, but then you're going to cheat on your taxes.
That's a staple of our religion, though. We in-group and out-group. That is what we do.
And let me tell you, and other people, that this is the thing, also because of his harsh judgment on Sodom and Gomorrah, we think, we think we say, oh.
And like when I was talking to somebody else. We all know that I have an issue with this muscle here, how sometimes it'll say things where it's not supposed to say.
If I remember.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. But this other girl who calls herself, quote, like super church is what she like to call herself sometimes. Like got down on this dude, got down on Chauncey for being
flaming.
He's not that bad, but anyway.
Chauncey's on fire.
Leave him alone. And it's not that I walk around saying okay, it's okay, because like my friends who are like that, no, don't bring that around me. Like we can be cool on one level, but there's certain things it's just no. But it's just like at the same time, it just feels like anytime when I hear a Christian talk about a gay person, it just sounds like it's almost like Monopoly, like go to hell, directly to hell, do not pass go, do not collect $200, like go, like you're done, bye.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to hell.
I know, I'm just saying.
I feel like, okay, it does seem harsh, and I think that a lot of Christians lack the love when it comes to dealing with homosexuals. It's like, oh, that's not wrong, but if you're supposed to, if we stand on love as being Christians, why would you come at somebody like that? You don't have to agree.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You should respect people at the
same time. You know
people
do things out of love when they do it out of
malice. This is the foolishness.
I got a question.
Yes. Well, let me respond, because don't forget the question. If Jesus said you shall love your neighbor as yourself, it didn't say you should love heterosexual neighbors as yourself.
Your neighbor.
See, that's the hard pill that people don't want to swallow because we're uncomfortable. Many homosexuals challenge us, and we don't really believe what we believe. You hear what I'm saying? Or the homosexual eye will see us doing something that's not godly and call us on it, so we don't want to say anything. That doesn't make them any less wrong, but it doesn't make you any more right. You hear what I'm saying? That's what's real. And you really have to. Now, is God a God of judgment? Yes. Should you be?
No.
You're not God.
You can't put anybody in heaven or hell. You can tell them in a respectful way what you believe. You can even tell them the consequences, because if you are truly, truly about souls and a Christian, you don't want anybody to go to hell. I don't want anybody to go to hell. Will it be awkward? Yes. Will it be uncomfortable? Yes, because if most people don't like confrontation and you don't want to ruffle any feathers, especially if they're your friend. However, if you really love somebody, you don't want them to go to hell. So at some point, if you really want to minister to them, ask God to open a door. But to walk up to a homosexual and be like, you know you're going to hell, right, because you're on fire. You know you flamboyantly ridiculous gay. You know, when you walk up to somebody like that, you're not going to get a nice response. They may slap you in your mouth. Or they may call the police on you and say that you are, because everybody's not
gay bashing.
You're gay bashing, or this is a hate crime, or you are assaulting them. You hear what I'm saying? You are verbally assaulting or harassing them, and you can get in legal trouble. Who won? Who got ministered to?
Yeah, but that's also true.
They gonna minister you in jail.
But that's true though. But sometimes gay people come on straight man too though.
I believe that.
Happened to me at Starbucks.
Believe that. You know what I'm saying? This, and they don't care. You know why? Because you might be thinking about it.
Oh no, I didn't think about that.
And many people become homosexuals because it's flattering.
And I'm flattering about that.
It's flattering to a lot of people. When you ain't getting no action and all of a sudden somebody comes up to you, or let's just say you're friends for a long time, and then somebody just suggests something, and you're like, what? Are you kidding me? And they're convincing enough. Y'all think it's
no, it's just
let's be real.
I'm a friend of mine.
Let's talk about it. Yes.
I would not be doing
She's
that.
really close to me. She's a lesbian girl, and she just like all these girls that she tells me about. I'm like, are you serious?
Right.
Like. She gets down like that. She's like, she wasn't like that, so she met me. And I'm just like, oh,
that's true. We don't realize it. If your mind is not made up,
She get wild. You call me. I will roll up in there.
She not coming on to me.
I will roll up in there.
but if your mind is not made up, all you need to be doing is having a weak moment. Let's be real.
Bottom weave.
You might just be curious. You're like, let me see what's happening. I know the basics of what you want to do, and that's all I You know what I'm saying? It's just a difference of who's doing it. Let's be real. We're going to talk about it, but we're going to talk about it. And that's how people get caught up, because it's less work for you, you know.
You want to talk about me? Well.
Let me see, make sure those shots sitting at the top of the stairs like,
oh my God.
This is the reality of it. It's the reality of it. And next thing you know, you looking up, and then people hanging with a new crowd, and then you looking up, then they look different, and then you looking up, and they taking a stand, and they got a whole bunch of people behind them supporting their behavior. You know what I'm saying? Does it make it any less wrong? Should you be ugly towards them? No. That's still not Christ's way. But in the end, they are going to stand. They're not going to stand in front of. They're not going to stand, sir. You're not going to stand in front of God like Michelle. You're going to stand in front of God like Mike, because he called you Michael. Sorry.
That's really funny.
You hear what I'm saying? So you can be Michelle for 35 years on earth. When you stand before God, your transplants, all of that stuff is going to change, and you're going to have to answer for God like Mike.
Even when they bury you, if you were born a man and you transition to a woman, when they bury you, they put you in the ground as a man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, on your death certificate, it will say male.
However you were born is how you die.
What you say?
They will do that.
They do that. They put you in the casket as a dude.
They don't care.
But I want you to see that. Do you think God is going to? Do you think He's really going to entertain that?
No.
Do you think God is going to entertain your notion that you don't like what He did?
The idea is that God made a mistake.
That is insulting. That's blasphemous.
Now you want to hear some nonsense I heard though?
I'm sorry. To look what he's saying.
But your point, while he's getting ready to say it, but to address what you said, because I have to address it, that gives us no license to treat somebody poorly. It does not give us license to treat them poorly. Do you have to torment? They saying, girl, look at him. You know what I mean? I don't have to sit here and you are male, you with me, and you checking the next dude out. Girl, look, you. No, I don't have to entertain that conversation. Please don't insult me. Come on, don't do that. Because even the heathen, even the heathen now. Let's talk about people who have no God. If they know you Christian and they cuss in front of you, oh, excuse me. If they really respect you, and that's just cussing. People who respect you and know what your stance is,
I be slipping
they are not going to. They're not going to bring that around you because they respect you. Not even because, oh, this is who I am. You better expect. You know what I. Even though I know, I don't even know I should say this because he'll probably find me on the internet. One of my students, his father, well, he has two daddies, rather, right? And Muffins for Moms, the mama guy came and sat down in the midst of all the mamas. So you can imagine.
That's what I thought she said. I wasn't sure that.
So he was like this, waiting for somebody to say something. He came there with I wish you would ask me to leave.
That's the it's all right here.
With us bent over here on flower panties. We said, don't even bother him about the drugs.
I roll out. I wouldn't even entertain that.
You hear what I'm saying? He came with y'all. He came and sat Came and sat down, and the mama's.
Was he? Was he? Was he other?
No.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I dare one of y'all crabs in here to say anything about me. So no, of course no one said anything. Of course, he wasn't in my homeroom. He was actually in my partner's homeroom. But he came to my mom, and she came to my door. She didn't know what to do, and I was like, listen.
Don't leave that man alone.
You hear what I'm saying? So I said, listen, you better pray about how it's done. Now, if it gets stupid and out of hand, you can say, we don't do that. You know that. You know that. That's disrespectful. Maybe that's your lifestyle, but we y'all know, you know what environment.
So he came into the Christian school
and sat down. And was like,
wait a minute, I just remembered.
And the son was there.
I had that look like, try me if you want.
Blow! Like, shame, but because they called his friends knew him as uncle, but all the grown-ups knew that's not your uncle. That's not, but nobody told the kids that wasn't his uncle, so the kids think that's Uncle so-and-so, and we don't bother. You don't bother him, as long as you don't get up talking about baby, so-and-so, and that wasn't even the daddy. No, I think that was the daddy. That was the daddy, like the biological father.
Ma'am?
Right.
The biological father was
real diluted. It was the actual biological father. And he had a partner, but everybody knew that daddy as the uncle. The kids knew.
So the more man.
We knew the truth. And see how crazy it is? It's convoluted. Really, it's complicated.
That's common.
Well, he didn't say nothing. Nobody said anything. Everybody was fainting, but nobody said anything. Because his mom, something happened to, I don't know what happened to the mom. So everybody, the kids accepted, oh, your mom, something happened to your mom, so we know why your uncle's here. But everybody was like this.
You bring your grandma.
So I'm in my classroom like, Lord, I just want to give it away. Bring that in here, because then I would have to, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I could do, because that wasn't my situation to handle. Even though I was a part of the team, that's not, you had your own activities. Well, I saw the other one in the Target like 2 weeks ago while we were school shopping, right? He saw me, caught me. I was like, praise the Lord! What's going on? Because he never said to me that he was. You see? He never said, we got it from the office that this is the situation. He never said it to me, but it was obvious. But and he wasn't like, he wasn't like that. It was more like, but he had like the little skinny pants on, and he was like, oh, so we were just talking. And when I tell you one of the nicest people who ever wanted me.
They are.
Why would I mistreat him?
Very nice.
Why would I mistreat him?
Very nice people.
Why would I mistreat him? I would be breaking God's law if I mistreated him, because he did not disrespect me, and he did not mistreat me.
Right.
Now, you want to talk about it? Now, you tell me what's going on, and I'm going to say, Because what if I assume somebody is, and I start witnessing, God is against homosexuality. I ain't no homosexual. What if you just
just
what you trying to say? You hear what I'm saying? And I'm like, come on, baby. I just need to talk to you. And I just want to send you to tell you, what? Mama! He ain't had no daddy. His mama raised him. Because there are guys like that who have feminine tendencies because they're raised by their mother. There was no male figure. So for me to just assume people are because they look a certain way, that's wrong too. That's like assuming you a thug or a gangster.
But let me just.
I was raised by my mother's big bitch.
Finish this second part.
Yes.
So is it wrong for me to be his friend? Because I'm telling you, he does some good nails.
Now, what you talking? Now, what is friend? But see, you have to
because I let him know. I let him know.
You have to define friend because friend is somebody in a circle. Friend is somebody who you share. We had this conversation too. Somebody who you share your deepest, darkest, intimate with. You don't just throw the word friend around. Friend now, because the scripture does say in Amos, how can two walk together except they be in agreement? Now, friends are people you walk together with. They're on your level.
Walk together.
You know what I mean? But my thing is, you still love. Now, if you're walking with them, and they have access to all your stuff, and you have access to them. Friend is somebody who's your peer, who's around your age. Don't have to be exactly your age, but around your age, who have had similar experiences. You have something in common, and you have some tenure. You have some time together. You see, you can't just call somebody I just met, even though we got a lot in common. You're not my friend. Even though
I see people do that.
When you say friend,
I see people
but you have to ask yourself, what's your purpose? What's your purpose?
Well,
because
if you define it like that, I would say I'm more of his acquaintance then, because I don't just throw out my life like
but what's your purpose in that person's life? Because Mother Russell said it on Sunday. She said, either they're gonna pull you down or you're gonna pull them up. What's your purpose? All friendships and relationships, they have to have definition. We have to define it. You know that, right? Because when it's undefined, it can go any way. And that's where people go wrong. Because
I've talked to him. I've talked to him before about, exactly right. His grandmother's a preacher, so I've talked to him about this. But his issue is he went to church his whole life when he was younger. Right. Stepped in church one time as he got a little older. I guess it was more apparent then, and they basically ran him up out of church. And ever since then, he was like,
there are some boys. There are some boys and girls who don't fit the mold, and the power of the word is so important. And you start calling people gay, calling people faggot, calling people names, and that's not, they ain't even thinking about that stuff. Especially when you start speaking over young kids like that. Just because Kojo like to play the tambourine don't mean he gay. I can say this because Kojo probably gonna watch this. Kojo ain't about men gay at all. He plays the tambourine. Kojo wears that tambourine out. In the average COGIC church, if you play tambourine, everybody's like, tambourine. You see what I'm saying? In the average COGIC church, because I just saw a YouTube video where man, he's shouting and playing tambourine at the same time, and he's like popping it, he's going, and everybody's like, okay. And somebody got him on YouTube, like, look at this, but Kojo, and let's just use that.
Kojo,
you can speak a word over somebody's life, and I'm sure he's probably heard that a lot of times because 1, he's not like most people. 2, he's a church kid. 3, he plays a tambourine. He doesn't have a whole lot of bass in his voice. I'm sure he heard that a lot.
Yeah.
You have to decide who you're going to be, and you have to have the definition about relationships and what you're going to accept from people we call friends. You have to have it.
But usually that take time anyway.
It does. That's the truth. Friends take time. So whoever you're walking with, more than likely, if you call them your friend, they have been with you thick and thin. They have shown you some things, and then let's just say your friend comes up to you and says, I'm gay. What's up?
No, okay.
It's happened to me before, so I
You know what I'm
can
saying?
honestly say what I did.
I'm gay.
Now, do not
That is to be a discussion. You have a relationship with them that you can have a discussion.
I'm not supposed to walk in on you. That was wrong.
So if you say, you know what, baby, you know what, God is a God of love, and if you go that route, you're not their friend. You have to tell them the truth, whether they accept it or not. Say, I still love you. That's not gonna make me change the way I feel about you. You still my girl. You still my dude. We still. But I'm just telling you. You know what the Bible says. If they don't know, you tell them.
It's like
If they do know, say, please don't bring that. Don't bring that. I love you. I do, but please don't. Don't disrespect me like that, because I'm trying to make sure that I want to be someone that you can come to ask for prayer. I pray. I'm okay. Good. I'm glad you pray. But all I'm saying is, that's not the way God designed it. You're a friend, because we can have that conversation. If you're really a friend, you're going to have that conversation. Whether they receive it or not is one thing. But you're going to find that because of what you believe and because of what they believe, this is only going to stay for so long. Either you're going to believe what they believe, or they're going to believe what you believe. Or it's going to split. That's the Bible. The Bible says, Jesus said, he said, y'all think I'm coming to do all this stuff? He said, I'm here to put a division between a lot of things. So if you may be friends for a little while, but if you are truly witnessing and being the light, either they're going to be one or they're going to go to hell. And you're going to be one. So we got to figure out what that is. But that doesn't give us any right. And I can't say that enough.
Yeah, I never judge.
That doesn't give us any right to judge. Because that's what they get us on. Oh yeah, you a Christian, but you don't even love. I do love you. I have done